third PhD, after an engineer and anthropologist, is a physicist, Claude, who is passionate about astrophysics and cosmology. He spent his professional life teaching in a university, as well as working in the corporate world to protect the environment. He's worked at the state and federal levels on environmental policy and served on 2 presidential commissions on sustainable development and environmental quality. He's also very well known as a teacher of shamanism here in North America, in Europe, in Russia, and Ukraine, and he has a new book coming out called The Shaman Within. We're so pleased to have you, Claude, here with us.
Thank you very much. It's on? Yeah. And thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here, particularly because I love this theater. I think it is a great neighborhood. Ties and pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here on the stage for the first time. I'm usually sitting there with pleasure. I love this film. I love the film, and even if I think I know much of what is in the film, the way it's presented, I think, is different from what I have seen elsewhere. I think there is a way that you have communicated the basic message of the universe story, which I think would speak to my grandchildren. And I think that having just spent a weekend with a 17-year-old grandchild and having discussions with him, this is so important to provide that kind of information to our young people. They're inheriting the mess that we have created. The message for me that resonated most as I was watching the movie was the message of interconnectedness, of non-separation. And for me, that's also perhaps the answer to the question raised by Brian toward the end of the film. How do we, again, come back as a child of the cosmos? And it is this sense of we are separate, we're not connected, we're unique, we're different, that I think has led us into this path of destruction. And throughout the film, I really heard over and over again that we are connected. We connected all the way back to the Big Bang. That's where our connection started. We were all present there. Clearly, we were. And the universe has a memory. And it has the memory, as a physicist, time really is something that goes both ways. And the memory, the future and the past are one and the same thing. We're all connected from the start. And the story that the film says, to me also, reminded me of listening to Joseph Campbell, which some of you may have heard before at Esalen, and his cry for a new myth, that the myth that have always led us as a human species, particularly in the past history that we know, on the right path, are no longer either observed, listened to, known, and certainly not very relevant